that we'll be watching as this Arctic air mass, it continues to work its way out of Canada. So that will mean that the cold air will really be enveloping locations in the northern tier first, and then it eventually will slide further down to the south. We could be dealing with these very chilly temperatures as far south as the Gulf Coast. Notice places in the central and southern plains are very much going to be feeling the chill as we will be running well below average for this time of the year. This is what we will look like on Saturday. Lots of very cold air still surging into the region. It's like you opened up your freezer door. All of that cold air is just continuing to pump into really the majority of the lower 48. And this is dangerous. It's very dangerous, especially for folks that are going to be possibly spending time outdoors. And we have wind chill advisories, wind chill warnings in effect already. And this is why. Take a look at these temperatures. Yikes. We are going to be down to negative 28 degrees in Shelby Wednesday morning. Lewiston, 28. We're also looking at negative 33 in Helena. So these are very cold temperatures. You can see those winds straight out of the north. And so that is where all of this cold air is originating from. And that is why we will be dealing with this for several days. So by Wednesday morning and into Thursday, still dealing with temperatures continuing to drop, potentially down to negative 50 degrees below zero. So these are very, very cold, very dangerous temperatures. Let's take a look at our wind chill and frostbite timeline. So you can see we're dealing with temperatures in this range, anywhere between really 0 and negative 20. And then you have winds gusting upwards of 35 to 40, perhaps even 45 miles per hour. That means that we'll be dealing with wind chills well below zero. In fact, 30 to 40, maybe even 50 degrees below zero at times. And that means that it is not going to take very long whatsoever to experience frostbite, perhaps even less than 10 minutes for some locations.
I'm Amy.
You guys, you need to do this. You need to call and claim your free health plan today.
Welcome back to Fox Weather First. So California's Bay Area got a bit of a shake last night when the magnitude 3.3 earthquake rattled north of Union City. Now, although minor on the Richter scale, the quake was big enough to force at least one plane landing at the San Francisco airport to abort the landing. One of the passengers on board jumped to social media to tweet out in part, quote, my plane slowed to land at SFO, then sped up rapidly to climb, circled over the airport. The pilot went over the PA and said it was because there was a minor earthquake. Now, it's been a rocky week so far for the California area because further to the north, over in Humboldt County, a magnitude 6.4 earthquake had rocked the area, causing widespread power outages. It's definitely not something that you want to experience, though, on a plane. You know, by the way, I have experienced an aborted landing, and at first, you're thinking is, well, wait a minute, what's going on? Is there something wrong
You just
with the
want to know
plane?
the why.
Right. Is there, something that we need to be careful of? But, I can only imagine, how scary it was. But, to the pilot, I think their thinking is, whenever you have an earthquake, you just never know whether or not there's any damage on the ground on that runway.
Absolutely. And until you get all the information of how strong it was, you can still have damage with a minor earthquake. So I'm Amy Free.